Hello, Sir Cal. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. We, my wife and I had a talk about yesterday after I freaked out. Not gonna do what you all think I'm gonna do. We had a talk about, kind of, even though it's like the weekend for the boy, he needs some better structure, even during the weekend. Him kind of messing with the dogs yesterday. Yeah, it's time for bed now because he's got school tomorrow. But we had to talk about, like, and let me make sure my mic's working here. Okay. Yeah, so, he was kind of messing with the animals and getting them riled up yesterday. And I had just had a long day. We're all kind of sick right now. It was just like the totality of everything yesterday, right? So, yeah, I definitely... It was really good that I just said, hey, I'm just not going to do this tonight. Because if I would have kept going, it would have been worse. But, of course, that was not the end of everything, because I was... So, there was more freak out that y'all didn't get to see. Anyways, we had a conversation about kind of how there still needs to be some structure for him, even though it's the weekend. She actually kind of brought it up, like, this is maybe what we need to do so that you can have your time, which is awesome in itself, that I don't have to, that my wife understands, right? So it was good. But that light right there from the kitchen is driving me nuts. I'm looking at the stream and it's driving me nuts. It's very distracting. So I'm going to fix that real quick and then I'll be back with you guys. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It's just, there was a little bit more after that. So yeah, we had to talk about, having some structure for him even on the weekend, particularly when it's my time to start streaming at night. It's hard because you don't want to stop a kid from being a kid, but at the same time, at nighttime, people need to start calming down. The kid needs to start calming down, right? That type of thing. Sorry, the camera looked dirty. So, anyways, it is what it is. Today's better. And I'm doing good. Hello Game Overtime. Hello, Michael. So yeah, that's what it was, I'm glad I quit yesterday and walked away. Also, the game was frustrating me because I didn't know where to go. So, it was a combination of so many different things. I don't know if this is the right spot or not. Oh, I need to go back to the controller. I don't feel like this is the right spot, but we're about to find out. Yeah, I'm trying to get to the gold saucer. And so I gotta find my way to North Coral, and I don't remember how to get back there. But this isn't it. That's not it. Is it? Yeah, yep, I'm trying to go see Dio to get the key. Actually, I gotta make sure I have money, because I guess that I did look up a little bit of walkthrough to try to figure out where I gotta go. Although this just drive to the north of the desert. Okay, thank you. But it says you want to come in there with quite a bit of money so you can get Cloud's final limit break while you're there. So I need to maybe try to... Of course, I'm sure I can go back later, right? So I don't necessarily have to do that now. Just drive to the north, isn't that? Is this not north of the desert? I feel like I am north of the desert. Where was everyone yesterday when I was asking for help? Everyone's like, just go here. I asked all you guys for help yesterday. Everyone must have been gone. Is it? Don't do what? Oh no, don't do what? I'm not sure what you mean by oh no, don't do that. I'd help if I could, but I've never played the game, right? So here's the desert. Here's Gold Saucer. Alright. So just go north. Isn't that where I just was? It's cheaper on disc 2. Oh, I'm not even on disc 2 yet? That's crazy. I'm playing on the computer right now, so I don't know when I'm getting to disc 2. Now when you get to 10, right? Okay, oh, this is it right here? Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. So I passed over it, that's what I did. I'm so dumb. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm still on disc 1, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I had a good day today. I did the oil on the wife's car. She has a tire that's been going flat, and it looks like maybe a curb was hit, or it could have even been me, because I don't really like. Sometimes I've gone into parking spaces where I've rolled a curb, but to be honest, that'd be a little weird for it to bend a rim if you like rolled the curb. But anyway, she had a tire that had like a bent wheel, and the tire had been leaking really slowly. Well, today when I was filling it up, I actually heard the air coming out of where the bent wheel was, the rim. So I took my sledge and knocked that back out, and so hopefully it'll stop the leak, or at least slow it down even more. But more than that, just make it safe, because if it's leaking air out that I can actually hear it, then I'm worried. So I knocked the rim out, did an oil change, filled up her tire. She made dinner, which was awesome. I've had a good day today. I'm tired though, very tired. Let's see, dude. Yeah, OCD with the game saves. I am sometimes too. The way discs are distributed in Final Fantasy VII is not equal. Disc 1 is 50% of the game. Disc 2 is 50. Disc 1 is the first 50% of the story. Disc 2 is 51% to 90%. Oh, Disc 2 is from 51% to 90%. I'm like, 50 and 51 is 101, bro. Like, what are you talking about? I got you. Disc 3 is the last 10% final dungeon in the in-game stuff. Awesome. Final Fantasy VIII, Final Fantasy IX had 4 discs with the story distributed more evenly per disc, 25 on each. Okay. Should I just pay for the 30,000? What do you guys think? I have it. Will I come here 10 more times though? That's the question. And next time I'll probably have even more money. What do you guys think? Should I pay for it? I do have it. And that coffee tastes amazing. Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna try not to use any walkthroughs again, although I already have a little bit. Before I started today, I looked up some walkthroughs a little bit to try to figure out why I was lost and where I needed to go. But now I'm going to try to find Dio without using a walkthrough or anything. We're here. That's half the battle. It's definitely worth it. Take it from someone who's played this game very thoroughly. Just ignore what I said a minute ago. That was all lies. I'm actually very well versed in this game. I think he's at the battle place, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I think he's at the battle place. Let's just go there first. Ah, this is where I need to be. Must be this thing. Haha. Long time no see, boy. You like that, huh? Can you let me borrow this? Sorry, but it's not for rent. Since you've been good to me in the past, I can let you have it on one condition. One condition? Entertain me. What do I gotta do? Nothing all that difficult. This is the battle arena. Show me your fighting skills. Just you, boy. I'm expecting a good fight. You should be able to find him. There's a couple of parts in the game where the game says, screw you, figure it out, and this is one of them. The game does not tell you where to go. You're supposed to go around the world visiting different places and getting clues to find out Dio has the key to the... Yeah, I already got the clue yesterday. We did go by the house and the guy told me that Dio had it. I just didn't know how to get back to the saucer. That was my problem. Oh no, I'm gonna get petrified. Is there any way to get that off of me? Probably not. This must be my last fight then, huh? What does it kill me or does it just petrify me? If I'm petrified and I'm by myself, that's the best you could do? Well, a promise is a promise. Go ahead and take it. We shall meet again. Okay, thank you, Game Over Time. I am Beavis. Need TP. That's as far as I'm going, sorry. Not gonna go full degenerate. Maybe when I was a kid, but not now. Remedy. Okay, cool. Well, I'm not worried about it. Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry, the tram is out of order right now. What? We don't usually get the chance to be together like this, huh? Kaiser, how about it? Can you tell me what's happened so far? I don't really know what's going on because I wasn't here in the beginning. I don't want to tell you a damn thing. Aren't you the spy? I'm pretty sure you're the spy. Yeah, I'm for that. Good idea. I've been here since the beginning, and I still don't know what the hell's going on either. Kaiser, the hell's going on? Come on, tell us. Fine, we'll talk. We'll let Cait Sith rat us out on everything. Phew. We were going after Sephiroth. Sephiroth must be in search of the Promised Land. The Promised Land? A land full of Mako energy, or at least that's what the Shinra believe. I don't know if it actually exists. The Citras will return to the Promised Land, the land that promises boundless happiness. Citra, that's some kind of disease? That's what the ancients call themselves. Hey, didn't you listen to the elders at Cosmo Canyon? You don't know where the Promised Land of the ancients is? You search and travel until you feel it, then you just know that you found it. I've already found it. Ares, can you feel it too? I think so. So Sephiroth is traveling in the world because he's searching for the Promised Land? Is that it? He's searching for that and one other thing. The Black Materia. I heard from Dio that a man in a black cape was looking for the Black Materia. I've never heard of Black Materia. How many men with black capes and number tattoos are there? You know, of course, my tattoo is number 13. How did you get that tattoo? Hojo put it on me. The rest are just war scars, but the number was done by Hojo. So there are at least 13. You know, I think Hojo did something to those men in the black capes, but I don't know what it has to do with Sephiroth, though. That's why I think we should just go after Sephiroth himself. Yeah, me too. It's all just too damn confusing. And I'm sorry, forget it. I think I'm tired. I'm going to bed now. What was that all of a sudden? What? That's it? I'm going to bed. Well, that's it. I'm going to bed. Is that all? How about the Black Materia? You wouldn't understand even if I told you. Now all we gotta do is take action. We're starting tomorrow. Kaiser. I'm number 13. Am I going to go mad too? I don't know what Hojo did to you, but you've been alright so far, right? But be strong. Stop it, Defo. Be strong. Ash, you're not the only one who's worried. You're not the only one who's worried. I don't know what's going on, but we're in a bad situation. Hey, Sir Cal, let's go back to our rooms. What's up, Flightless? Nice to see you. Remedy, at least you don't need to win. Hello, Merlin's Wand. Nice to see you as well. Hope everyone out there is having a good day. What's wrong? I thought about what I was going to say, but it's kind of embarrassing. Hey, Kaiser, why don't the two of us sneak out of here and spend some time together? Come on, let's go. Tonight's enchantment night. All the attractions are free. How about it, you two? There's going to be an entertaining show in Event Square. Come on, let's go. Congratulations, you are the 100th couple today. You two will play the leads in tonight's show. What? Oh, now, it's not hard. Just play it however you want to, and the rest of the cast will cover up for you. Oh, finished my book. No. I have read further in every single one of the books, but I have not finished any of them. And when I do finish One Nation Under Blackmail, that's only part 1. So in part 1, she's just kind of setting up the whole like how the mafia got into the government type of stuff, and then how they got into intelligence, and then I believe part 2 actually dives into how all of that led into Epstein getting into intelligence. So and they're both thick books, you know, they're like, how many pages? Let me check. I think it's right over here because I was just reading it yesterday. One sec, guys, the dog needs to go out. I'll just go ahead and talk about this for just a second because it'll only take like less than a minute before my dog starts barking and he'll want back in. So this first book is 455 pages, and I don't know how long the second book is, but it's in that cabinet right there. So the whole so this is like, I already told you guys, but this is One Nation Under Blackmail, the sordid union between intelligence and organized crime that gave rise to Jeffrey Epstein. And it's a 2-part book. A ton of research that girl has done into this book. She also has a website, and they're about to start a newspaper, I believe, or a news magazine kind of thing. Because part of their thinking is that you know how things like go out of style and then come back into style? Well, they think that, first of all, that with AI, people are going to start craving kind of the old stuff again. And also they think that that's a great way to keep people from, to know that it's them. If they start their own magazine and you get their magazine, then you know that it's them talking to you, and you're not seeing some AI copy of them that's telling you XYZ on the internet, which is turning into a thing, right? So but she also has a website called Unlimited Hangout. And if you know what a limited hangout is the idea that intelligence puts out very small amounts of things to keep people busy and focused on the one thing, when the big picture is so much bigger than that. So they give you a limited hangout, and then everyone starts talking about the limited hangout, and but you never get the big picture, because they're only giving you what they're willing to give you and what they want you to focus on, and kind of keep you in like certain rabbit holes. Basically, it's an intelligence tactic. Okay, the dog's back in. Let's keep going. So anyways, that's her website is Unlimited Hangout. If you guys want to ever check that out, that's Whitney Webb who wrote that book. Let's see. Awesome stuff, bro. I hope you are doing well as well. I am doing good. I finished Red Rising series fiction, basically a book about different societal levels of like the gold, silvers, etc., with the red being basically the slaves on Mars. And it's about uprising. I give it a 7 out of 10, but I'm looking for the next series desperately. Hiya, Sir Cal. My wife just got, so I don't know if any of you guys know this. I believe it's Harry Potter, but one of the Harry Potter books was like, my wife would have to explain this to you. I'm gonna butcher it, but one of the Harry Potter books was like discontinued, and they're different like authors or different publishing company or someone has basically made the book again, and I think it's because like, I don't know, I'm gonna butcher this so bad, but anyways, it has been like 2 or 3 years in the making for them to like recreate this original Harry Potter book, and my wife just got that recently and she's been waiting for it forever. Yo, what's up, Flightless? 2 of my favorite series that I'm going through right now is the Dresden Files, fantasy, waiting on next book, and Expedition Force series sci-fi. Give me some insight on what those are, Flightless. Dresden Files is about a guy who helps the police investigate crimes that are seemingly impossible to solve, which they are to them because they are supernatural. He's a wizard in modern day Chicago. Yo, what's up, Graveyard Shift? Nice to see you. Welcome. Expedition Forces, aliens come to Earth and kick our butts, so we ally ourselves with a race who they are enemies with and find out things aren't so simple as that race is basically space. Did YouTube let that come through? Okay, I don't think YouTube let it come through, but I'm reading it right now, guys. Okay, so Expedition Forces, aliens come to Earth and kick our butts, so we ally ourselves with a race who they are enemies with and find out that things aren't as simple as they seem, as the race that they allied themselves with, I believe, are basically space supremacists. Space supremacists. Long series, both of them. The fact I've gone through so many books in them means I like them a lot. One for each type of genre. First Dresden book is called Stormfront. First X-Force book is called Columbus Day. 18 books, Flightless. Holy smokes. Yeah, I'm up to date on Dresden, waiting on the next book. They're about to conclude in the next 3 books, I think. X-Force, I'm on book 10, I think, or 13. There are some side stories I read. Yeah, sorry about that. No, it's okay. I don't think YouTube dropped it, but I had it in my restream chat, so I just I improvised for you. Sorry about the in reference there, but yeah, Supremacist works. I forget what people say on YouTube. I couldn't think of it in the moment. Sounds like fun. Come on, Kaiser, let's give it a try. Long, long ago, an evil shadow appeared over the peaceful kingdom of Galdia. Princess Rosa was kidnapped by the evil dragon king Valvados. What will become of her? Just then, the legendary hero Alfred appears. Oh, you must be the legendary hero Alfred. Hey, it's your line. Yeah, you. Ahem. Oh, you must be the legendary hero Alfred. By my soul, please save Princess Rosa. Now, please talk to the king. Oh, legendary hero Alfred, you have come to save my beloved Rosa. On the peak of a dangerous mountain dwells the evil dragon King Valvados, who's kidnapped Princess Rosa. But you can't beat the evil dragon king now. Talk to one who can help you. Who will you talk to? I am the great wizard Borman. What do you wish to know? The evil dragon king's weakness. Ah, the weakness of the evil dragon king. It must be true love. The power of love is the only weapon that can withstand the fangs of the evil dragon king. Oh, what is going to happen next? Oh, legendary hero, look. Gah. I am the evil dragon king Valvados. I have not harmed the princess. I have been expecting you. Please help me, legendary hero. How is that? Here I come, legendary hero Alfred. I already know your name. And now, legendary hero, here is what will happen to your beloved. A kiss, the power of true love. Alfred. Curses, the power of love. Oh, behold, love is triumphed. Now let's all return and celebrate. Yes, let's. Dork, he spinned off the stage. That is not my character, by the way. I no longer claim him. Is my camera as rough to you guys as it seems to me? Like, you guys have watched multiple of my streams. Does it seem like my camera is almost like messed up compared to past streams? Oh, how profound the power of love. And so the legendary hero Alfred and the story live on happily ever after. That was funny. Hey, let's go on the gondola next. Two, please. Here you are, 2 tickets. Enjoy the sights of Gold Saucer. If it's free, why do we need tickets? Just let us on. Oh, how pretty. I hate roller coasters. Even this is giving me vertigo. I've rode 2 or 3 roller coasters in my life, and I got sick after the second. Well, I did 1 roller coaster twice, and I got sick after I rode it the second time. I'm talking about in real life. I'm not a big fan of roller coasters. I love Waterworld, though. I live in Colorado, so I go to Waterworld. We didn't go this year. It's kind of a bummer. Maybe next year. Next year my son will be taller. He'll be able to go on a ton of stuff. However, I don't like the really, really high open slides. Those give me the same feeling of a roller coaster. I can't do those. I actually prefer enclosed slides where I'm in a tube. It's really pretty, isn't it? Little claustrophobic, but way better than a roller coaster. Okay, going to just go ahead and say it. What? Aries would be able to just come out and say it probably. Kaiser. Sometimes being old friends is hard. I mean, timing is everything. Yeah. I really had fun tonight. By the way, what did you want to say a minute ago? Nothing. Nothing? Oh, look at the time. We should be getting back. You little spy. This is the part where we find out he's a spy, huh? That's Flight. He's acting strange. Is that the Keystone? Hey, Flight. Ah! Hey, over here, the Keystone. Well done. Kill him. Off with his head. Wait a second. I won't run or hide. Yes, I was a spy. I was hired by the Shinra. Don't mess with us. I couldn't help it. How about if we go on like nothing ever happened? No way, Cat. You got a lot of guts acting like a friend but being a spy. Then what are you gonna do? Kill me? You'd just be wasting your time if you tried. The body's just a toy anyways. My real body's at Shinra headquarters in Midgar. I'm controlling this toy cat from there. So you're from Shinra? Who are you? Well, I can't tell you my name. We're not getting anywhere. See, I told you, talking won't do any good, so can't we just continue our journey? You think I'm joking? Alright, yes, I'm a Shinra employee, but we're not entirely enemies. Something bothers me. I think it's your way of life. You don't get paid, you don't get praised, yet you still risk your lives and continue on your journey. Seeing that it just makes me think about my life. I don't think I'd feel too good if things ended the way they are now. You're lying again. He'll never tell the truth. Once a spy, always a spy. We can't go on with someone like that. Come on. Just as a thought, talking won't make a bit of difference. But I prepared something in case this happened. Why don't you listen to this? So, you have to do as I say. You're the lowest. I didn't want to do this, using dirty tricks and taking hostages, but this is how it is, no compromises, so why don't we go on as we did? Tomorrow is the Temple of Ancients, right? I know where it is, so I'll tell you later. Of course, we'll get there after the Shinra, but you'll have to deal with that. Well, we're stuck. We'll have to do what he says. No, we don't. Just destroy the little toy thing. What are they gonna do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Flight, what took you so long, Kaiser? Oh yeah, about the Temple of the Ancients. I think if we take the Bronco east towards the sea, we should be able to find it. Well then, shall we get going? Who's gonna go? I wanna go. I'm going for sure. Oh. Then see you later. Alright, let me catch up on chat. When you say, oh, you got Tifa, cool, do you mean like I got Tifa, like, is that an area where you could have gone with Ares? Is that what you're saying? I did try to make it to where it would be Tifa since I named her after the wife and all. Also, I would flip the camera so it looks like you're looking at the game, because right now it looks like you aren't looking at the game unless you look at chat. Well, I mean, the game is in front of me. And chat is on another computer. I don't know. I don't want the camera pointing this way because we have our bedroom in our living room. Our bed in our living room. And so I try to keep away from showing the bed on camera. That's the main reason I never have the camera pointing towards that side of the room. Once we get our bedroom done upstairs, then I probably won't even be in this area. I'll probably actually be where the bed is at. I think the wife's plan is for my computer area to be where the bed is at once we get to that point. But I haven't had a chance to work on the project since we got done with the living room, to be honest with you, because I've been playing catch up every single day. Because when we're all living here, the laundry and the dishes stack up. The backyard's a mess. I got to get the backyard caught up before winter. I do need to get to it again, and I'm trying, but there's just a lot going on. It is. The camera is slightly blurry, or rather, it's like the resolution is low. Maybe a bit light washed? Okay, I don't know. I will try to mess with it and see if I can get the camera to be better. But if I can't, it might be time to upgrade the camera. We'll see. My son was messing with it today. I don't know if he did anything to it that I don't know what he did. He was trying to use it today. I told him I would prefer. We've had this discussion that he's not even supposed to get on camera. So I don't know what he was doing. I wasn't here for that part. I was gone for a lot of the day today. The resolution is low, maybe a bit light washed. I'll mess with it tomorrow. I don't want to mess with it during the stream. Seems like it's not very centered. Yeah, that's something I could fix right now. Let's see, centered would be this way? I think. Yeah, the camera is screwed, bro. What is wrong with it? I wonder if he like dropped it on the floor or something. Because it used to do fine even with the dark light. Okay, maybe we will mess with this for just a second. Let's see. Nah, I don't want to mess with this. See, look, it looks fine on my OBS. And then when we actually go into the stream, it doesn't look good. That's super weird. I'll have to I'm not going to mess with it right now, guys. In fact, I should maybe turn it off right now. But we'll just leave it. We'll leave it. It looks really terrible, though. I'm not happy with it. Maybe it's time for me to upgrade. We'll see. Bitcoin's going back up. So, no, I was scared for a minute there. No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't really scared. I actually, it went down, so I bought more, just like I'm supposed to. But I I got a little bit of a bunch of different cryptos. So, and then I've started to look into. I got a Robinhood account, but I haven't done anything with that yet. We'll see. I still got to pay the wife for the new piece of equipment. Well, your stream is set up to 720. Maybe higher stream resolution may help. Okay. All right. I'll give it a shot. I'm not sure. I don't think I can change, but we've always been on 720, haven't we? And we had good camera before. And I don't think I can change that because that's going through Restream, and I would have to pay money in order to have a higher quality on Restream. Now, maybe if I go since I bought the premium for Rumble, maybe if I go mess around on the Rumble end and try to start doing it through Rumble, I can get a higher resolution, but I don't think I can get a higher resolution going through Restream, and I don't plan on paying for a membership for Restream. But since I did pay for a full year of Rumble, maybe I need to go play around with that a little more and try to do the stream through there. I tried it one time and I had problems, and I pretty much just haven't messed with it again since then. I see no difference, right? Well, I usually, I don't think it's too huge of a difference either. The camera's definitely messed up. There's some kind of problem with the camera right now, in my opinion. I wonder, I guess I could put some backlight on me because I don't think we can see this light over here right now. Let me try that. I don't care. 8K or unsub, LOL. The new piece of equipment that I'm gonna be putting together soon. It can stream at as high as I could possibly get it to. But it's gonna take me a minute to get it all together because yes, I did. Yep. Yeah, he's named after you. I forgot that he was the spy, Flightless, so stop spying on the chat. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I did know he was the... I kind of remembered that he was the spy, but yeah, he's... Anyways, yeah, he's named after you. What was I gonna say? So, the new one that I have, I gotta be coded because the boy still doesn't know that I'm about to build one. But, it is made for the highest gaming possible. Or it's going to be made for the highest gaming possible. And, really the limitation there is going to be that I'm not paying. I paid $100 for Rumble for a year, so maybe if I can do everything through there, we'll be fine. But I just don't have money to be paying for this subscription and this subscription and that subscription. I don't have that kind of money. It's literally not possible. That if I had all the subscriptions that a lot of these other streamers that I've seen have, I would literally give my whole check to streaming services every month, which obviously I can't do. Okay, let me catch up on chat real quick. Okay, so I Love Dresden starts slow at first. The 4 books or so are world building, but once they start mixing the lore, it's amazing. Seems like it's not very centered. It is. The camera's slightly blurry, or rather the resolution is low, maybe a bit light washed. Also, I would flip the camera so it looks like you're looking at the game, because right now it looks like you aren't looking at the game unless you look at chat. So you got Tifa, cool. I hate roller coasters too. I'm with you. I hate roller coasters because of the risk. Don't make sense to me. Cedar Point in Ohio. Out here in Colorado, we have Elitch's and Waterworld. When I was a kid, we had South Shore, which I almost sometimes when I talk about South Shore with people who have lived in Colorado their whole life, they don't know what I'm talking about, and it almost makes me feel like some kind of Mandela effect, although I don't believe in the Mandela effect. I honestly think it's just people messing with people who will let themselves be messed with, basically. But when I talk about South Shore with people who live here forever, they don't know it, and I'm like, how do you not know that? But I mean, I guess it was never as popular as Waterworld, so your parents probably just never took you there. But anyways, you gave me a name. Then they immediately forgive him. LOL. Yeah. And that's why I call him Kate Shit. Oh yeah, he took Marlene hostage. I meant just go into OBS and flip the camera horizontally without moving it, so it will look like you're looking at the game while playing in a way when looking at chat. Okay, I might try that. It should be completely centered now though, right? I think. Honestly, difference between 720 and 1080, I don't see too big of a difference. Cam, it sharpens when you get close to the cam. Focus may be off. Yeah. Kids will be kids, but man, I really wish sometimes he would leave my stuff alone. It's like break your own shit, but leave mine alone, please. I know, it's bad, but I mean, what can I say? It's really not bad. It's really what every parent goes through. I shouldn't even feel bad about saying it. It's just what parents go through. She's up there. I'm honored, thank you. I've been reading the chat. Well, they are now because because they see themselves being talked about. South Shore, is that in Aurora? Well, I don't know where it was. Where? I don't know if Google even knows where was South Shore in Colorado. No. So that is some kind of a community. South Shore was a water park. Probably before this community was ever even made. Although I do know where that community is. That community is close to where my old boss lived. Where was South Shore in Colorado? Where was South Shore Water Park in Colorado? South Shore Water Park was located in Centennial near the intersection of Arapahoe and I-25 where the Topgolf is now situated. It operated in... Okay, this is right. South Shore Water Park was located in Centennial, Colorado near the intersection of Arapahoe Road and I-25 where the Topgolf is now situated. It operated in the 1990s before closing down, and the site is now an office park. Interesting. The reason I always remember South Shore is because they had this water slide that was called the Black Hole. And I'm sure they have this in a lot of water parks now, but it's like a really dark water slide and it has like stars and stuff. Anyways, when I was a kid, I found it to be like the coolest thing ever. So actually where the South Shore community is now is pretty close to where the South Shore Water Park was. As far as I can tell from the quick Google search I did. Like right now it is dipping from sharp to less sharp. Kids, I broke so much of my parents' shit as a kid. Yep. See, by the time I'm sure I did a lot of damage when I was a young kid. I'm sure I did. But by the time I was 15, I already had my own job. So then every time I broke something, it was mine now. And so I quickly learned from 15 on that what I did not take care of, I no longer had. Or I had to replace. And then, even then I still broke stuff, but that's when the lesson started like really sinking in that like you actually got to pay for this stuff. Or someone actually pays for this stuff, like it doesn't just appear out of thin air. Yeah, I'm not very close. I no longer live anywhere near there. I used to live near Aurora when I was a kid. I'm nowhere near there anymore. But I do believe a lot of the stuff about the Denver airport, to be honest with you. There's a lot of contractors who have talked about this and about how they didn't ever let one contractor finish any one thing, basically. So I believe about the underground stuff. And those murals were real, man. They were there. They have since changed them. But those murals really were in the airport at one time. Now, let me say this. I never personally saw them. So maybe I shouldn't say that because I never personally saw them. But I do believe that they were really there as well. So I should caveat that. But yes, I believe that they were really there. I believe that when you see the thing about and maybe I should go there one day and go check this out. Although who knows if you can actually get to it. But I believe that the whole they have like some kind of like shrine Masonic tablet about the airport or something. I'm pretty sure that's still there. So yeah, I believe that stuff. I'm a conspiracy theorist. What can I say? And then there's the whole idea, I don't know if I believe this part, but there's a whole idea about that the covering that's put over the airport is like a anti-satellite covering or something like that. What's up, Diego? I'm not sure if you're still there because I don't know how long ago that chat was sent in the vertical. Unfortunately, I just don't usually pay as close attention to the vertical as I do to the horizontal because most of the people are usually chatting in the horizontal. But if you're still there, and really either way, hello, and I hope you're doing good. Same, I broke my stepbro's NES Mix controller and I had to buy him a new one with my Christmas money that year. Nice. That's a good lesson learned. I'm sorry that I say nice, but for real, like, the lesson needs to get learned. Kaiser, I don't believe in the Mandela effect. That's just people messing with others. Also, I'm a conspiracy guy. Well, I am a conspiracy guy. I just don't believe in, I mean, I usually, like, I've done some research on the whole idea of the Mandela effect. And I think it's pretty easy to copy old things, and make like a new thing that looks like an old thing. So I just see that as being something that's very easy to manipulate. So I don't really believe in it. And I don't believe in like altering time or different like I mean, I guess like theoretically it's possible. But here's the thing. If like the Mandela effect was legit, you'd see a lot more stuff like that. Like you'd see tons of stuff like that. Like cuz that would mean that people are like going back in time and changing crap, which would mean that all kinds of stuff that you see would be manipulated like that. It would almost be like I mean, I'm sure you've seen like the Butterfly Effect, the movie. Like, it'd be more like that. It wouldn't be like some book about bears and that's it. Like, and don't get me wrong, I know there's more than just the book of the Berenstain Bears, but you know what I mean. It's just, it just doesn't, I don't know. I just don't believe it. Sorry. It's just people messing with others. Also, Kaiser, I'm a conspiracy effect guy. What can I say? It's true. It's true. But you got to realize that I live in Colorado too. So like, I mean, we could get pretty deep into this stuff, but like, I was when the Batman event happened at the movie theater, like I was close to that, because that was before I moved way out, and then so I mean, so I have a lot of things about that I believe that was definitely a conspiracy thing. I think that kid was 100% in because he did like neuroscience stuff, and I think he was 100% manipulated with that neuroscience type stuff. Supposedly after that happened, he was like behind one of the cars in the parking lot, and when they found him, he was just like sitting behind a car in the parking lot, and he didn't remember what he had done. And yeah, so I mean, and then I've actually tried, this can sound as if I don't sound crazy enough already. I've actually, when I've ran into people on the internet who have talked about knowing people who were at the Batman thing, I've asked them if they could ask them, I've asked them if they could ask the person they know who was at the Batman thing if I could talk to them. But I've never had anyone actually get me someone who was there to talk to. They've been like, oh, they won't talk to you, or I will, and then it doesn't happen, because I want to like know things that I heard. There's talk that there's talk that he didn't act alone because there was like, supposedly there was like fog that was shot first or something like that, and there's people who were in the theater who said that it came from both sides, that there was like fog on both sides, which would mean that someone shot from the other side of the theater too, or through, or whatever they did with these fog things. So yeah, I mean, I get deep into that stuff, and not just in Colorado, but I know more about the stuff in Colorado, you know? If I ever moved, let's see, I don't believe, if I ever moved to Colorado, I'd probably go far west of Denver, somewhere off of I-70, quiet little town somewhere over there. Right on. I like those areas over there. My favorite lake is over on the other side of the, other side of Eisenhower Tunnel, near South Park, actually. Like, the whole, like, Jefferson area. That's where my favorite lake is. However, everyone knows about it now. When I used to go there as a kid and as a teenager, hardly anyone knew about it, and it was amazing, and now everyone knows about it, so it's not as cool anymore. I think it's this place right here, right? I should probably save. I knew where this was because I already came here when I was messing around on the boat a stream or two ago. This is the Temple of the Ancients. I know, I feel it. The knowledge of the ancients floating. You could become one with the planet, but you are stopping it with the strength of will for the future, for us. What are you saying? Do you understand? You're uneasy, but happy. Because I'm here. I'm sorry. I don't understand. Aries, I want to go inside. I like the butterfly effect movies, even the not so good sequels. Yeah, the first one was probably the best. Colorado, interesting. You named a character after me. Nothing else is more crazy than that. Dude, I was born in 78. I'm 100% certain it was Berenstein. We'd argue whether it was pronounced Steen or Stein. This is all the Large Hadron Collider's fault. Maybe. So, see, I don't even remember what it was like. I had a Berenstein or whatever book, but I don't remember what it said on it. And so I feel like it's almost like there's probably some people who really remember what it was said, right? But also, what if they just had two different spellings? Is that not possible? That like it was named this one on these books and then this one on these books? Maybe they had a misprint during printing and they were like, just sell them. Who cares? You know, like, does it have to be something super crazy, or could it just be something like as simple as like, we just printed 10,000 books and that's going to cost a lot of money, but if we just sell them, then we're fine. Like, right? Isn't that possible? I see that as being possible, especially at the time when these books were out. Now, nowadays, that probably wouldn't happen. But back then, I could totally see like a print mess up getting just distributed because otherwise you're going bankrupt. Sounds wild for whatever you were talking about. Gotta work in the AM night, friends. Much love, Kaiser and friends. Have a good one, Flightless. Thanks for dropping by. Barely left the comfort of home. Stayed up here in Alaska. Barely left the comfort of home. Stay up here in Alaska. Want to visit the lower 48s, but it intimidates me. I understand. I want to come up there, man. That'd be cool. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. There was a time in my life where I thought I was going to try to go do the Alaska thing. No longer, but there was a time. Berenstein, I will never acknowledge Stain. There you go. I used to want to move to Alaska heavily. Look, I didn't even read Surcow's thing, and we both said the same thing. Surcow, you gotta stop. No, I'm just kidding. Me and Surcow are always, crossing wavelengths. I used to want to go to Alaska heavily, but the older I got, the more I realized how close it was to Russia. They tried to gaslight us. It was never Stein. Stein. Let's see. He said... They tried to gaslight us. It was never Stein. I know for a fact it was Steen. Stain. Gotcha. You knew for a fact it's Steen and not Stain. Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Well, first of all, I don't think that's what it is. I think that's a possibility. I think it's a possibility that they printed books wrong. I think it's a possibility that it's really easy to make new stuff that looks old. You could find a Berenstein book, rip off the cover, it's not hard to separate a spine from a book, especially if it's a really old book, and then make a new cover, although I'm sure people have probably flipped through them online too and been like, look, here and here and here. But even that is possible to do. So it's not impossible. It's actually easier to do stuff like that than ever before. I used to want to move. They tried to gaslight us. Had a good episode on one of his last few about the Berenstein Bears and the Mandela effect. AVGN? Not sure who AVGN is. I read these books over and over as a kid. Right on. Yeah, guy. Yeah, Grave. We didn't debate whether it was Stain or Stein. Always Steen or Stein. Possible evidence of this being a simulation. Berenstein doesn't exist in this reality. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I'm not, listen, I could be wrong. I'm not saying I can't be wrong. I could totally be wrong. But then, if, let's say, I mean, eventually you get to, why does this matter? So if you can tell me, that's the next thing I'm going to ask. Why, the angry video game nerd, why does it matter? Why does it matter? Oh, right on, Diego. Right on. I'm glad you're there. I hope you're doing good, man. Hope you're doing good. It doesn't matter. It's like the flat earth thing. They're like, the earth is flat, and I've told you guys this before, but one of my brothers made the joke about, and I love this, I always find this funny. Ever since he said it, I repeat it to people. He said, yesterday, someone online told me that the earth was flat, and then I woke up today and nothing had changed. And that's kind of exactly it's like, what does it matter? Also, like, with things like that, when I was a kid, like when I was in my teens, my like higher teens, like 18, 19, that's when I really got deep into conspiracy stuff and I delved into it. The first thing was JFK. I dove into JFK extensively. And that was like the start of my conspiracy journey, basically. Which, by the way, the driver was the one who took the final shot, and I will stand by that. I watched all the different manipulated films that I could find, because I don't know that you can find any of them that are the original, but maybe you can. But they claimed it was a, what did they claim that the gun was? A solar reflection, some stupid frickin' excuse of why the driver did not have a gun. That was not a gun that you saw. When he turned like this, with his hand like this, when he turned like this, with his hand like this, and you saw something that the sun reflected off of in his hand, that was not a gun, guys. It wasn't a gun. You're just all crazy. I don't know what to tell you. They weren't in on it. Why would they be in on it? You guys are insane. Insane. But anyways, yeah, that's what happened. I don't know who took the first shot or two or whatever, but I can tell you who took the last one. That is why Jackie jumps out of the limo, and then the Secret Service guy comes up as she's trying to jump out the back of the limo. She tries jumping out of the limo because she just saw the Secret Service driver turn back and take the final shot on her husband. So then she tries jumping out of the limo, and then the Secret Service guy, probably at the back of the car, probably comes up to her and tells her, "You get back in that seat or you're next." And then she gets back in the seat and they continue to drive off. Yes, the driver. Okay, was it CIA? I don't know if it was CIA, but the driver is the one who did it. And it makes total sense why Jackie acted the way she did if you just put it all together. Like, he turned, he shot, she tries jumping out, the agent at the back of the car says something to her, she gets back in, they continue to drive off. Makes total sense. It's like, if you look at it through that lens, I don't really think you can unsee it. But I will admit that I watched the video probably like 500 times or something, and I did a ton of research about the whole event. But that was the start of my whole thing, guys. Okay? And then from there I dove into, like, you know, everything and anything that anyone talked about. And nowadays I'm more like anytime I hear any kind of conspiracy, I basically think to myself, like, well, oftentimes I'll still jump in, but I just don't jump in like looking for answers anymore. I jump in more like just being curious and like just wanting to know about the different ideas. But also you got to realize that, like, the three-letter agencies, they'll put out like 20 different stories about something, every single one of them wrong. So that you never, because that way, these people who think this thing was right, they'll chase that. These people who think this thing is right, they'll chase that. These people who think this thing is right, they'll chase that. So they can get 20 different lanes for everyone to go down, none of them the real one. And it's very easy to do. This kind of goes back to what I was just talking about earlier with the whole limited hangout. So nowadays when I jump in more out of curiosity, just to see what all the stories are. Maybe it's almost like entertainment to me at this point. And yeah, it's not like I think it's going to change my life or anything. Mostly what I think is, like, this world is so screwed up and everyone is lying to us, And what can I do today for my family? What needs to be done for me and my family today, and for the possibility of tomorrow being more chaotic than today? That's basically how I live my life now about it. Whereas when I was a kid, I would just like sit in these rabbit holes for hours and hours a day trying to learn about this crap like it actually mattered. It's not the promised land Sephiroth's searching for. Sephiroth, he's inside. Look for yourself. Damn. Letting Ares go was the start of my bad luck. The president was wrong. You're wrong. The promised land isn't like what you imagined, and I'm not going to help. Either way, there was no way Shinra could have won. Pretty harsh. Sounds like something you'd say. The keystone. Place it on the altar. Receive the keystone. You crying? Sings with our enemy, the Turks, but I've known him since we were little. There's not a lot of people I can say that about. In fact, there are probably only a handful of people in the world who really know me. Okay, I'm going to go down outside and save, and then I'm going to probably switch a little bit of materia around because, well, I don't know. What happens if I put well, I don't... I want to ask you guys questions, but I don't want you to spoil the game. I'm worried that this might be where Ares dies. If I put materia on her, do I lose it? Also, did I ever even buy a weapon for her? Double. Fairy tale. Let's see. Angry video game nerd. Oh, okay, that's who AVGN is. Okay, thank you. And what did you say about him? Has a good episode on the Berenstein Bears and the Mandela effect. Okay. Yeah, Grave. See, and I'm not sure that I would go looking for that one. Like, I do like to go down these rabbit holes still, like I said, for entertainment, but that one is just like, so to me it's just like, what does it matter? like I'm not sure if I would jump down that rabbit hole. I did a little bit in the past when I first heard about it, but I'm not sure I would still do it. I do agree that you could have like stuff happening with the collider, that it's like creating a black hole and we go through it immediately, and now that type of thing may be possible, but like let's say it happened. You didn't even feel the effects of it. So, I mean, and it's not like you're like, I don't know. If you have anything that you could tell me of like why you think it would matter, feel free to tell me. But I just don't know what that's gonna do to change your life. It's not like you're gonna go check out the collider or anything, or I mean, really, I'd be more worried about, like, let's say I thought it was real, which maybe it could be, and let's say that the collider did it. What I'd be more worried about is what the collider could do besides that. Like, could it bring the Antichrist? Things like this, where like biblical prophecy, it like starts bringing the end of the Bible true. Am I right with God? That type of thing is what I'd be worried about. We didn't debate whether it was standard style, is it being a simulation, doesn't exist in reality, the angry gamer nerd, it is just as bad as Luke, I am your father, or no, I am your father, the line is so infamous. how does millions of people get it wrong? Um, well, I'm just gonna say what I think. Isn't it Luke, I am your father? That's what I remember. But am I wrong? I don't know. I only watched that movie like 3 or 4 times, and it was all. I probably watched it like 3 or 4 times within a year when I like kind of binged out on Star Wars, right? I haven't even watched those ones in a really long time. If my son gets interested, I'd love to watch them again, but unfortunately, they're kind of antiquated for today's generation of kids. They just don't care like we did. Episode quality fell off after hiring people after getting big to write and edit episodes. Oh, okay. It was George H.W., a CIA agent driving did it. Agreed. His brain. Well, agreed that he definitely is the one who took the last shot. His brain is still missing, was left in the jar, and it was stolen decades ago. The film for that JFK moment doesn't add up. The car is a 6-seater, and the car at the museum is only a 4-seater. Okay. Yep. The Mandela effect has driven me nuts before. Try not to dive into it like I used to. Building 7, yeah, Building 7, like the third building that fell, like the orders to pull, all that stuff. However, so I kind of swallowed the whole loose change thing, hook, line, and sinker, but then they redid loose change, and that actually made me second guess it, because I'm like, why are you like redoing? Because like when you have something that's like it's like a pillar in time of an event, like the original loose change. Why do you mess with that? And then it becomes, well, can you even find the original? I don't know. It's just, I feel like it's almost like they're trying to purposely muddy that water, and I don't understand why. How many of you guys have seen I, Pet Goat 2? Have you guys seen that? That's just a little cartoon thing, but it's super crazy and has so much symbolism in it. That was one thing when I was a kid that I tried to dissect and go through. If you wanna dive down a rabbit hole, that's a good one. It'll keep you busy. Hey, does your L3 or R buttons do anything? Bought it on PlayStation Store the other day, and it has 3x speed battles on and off in God mode. I don't know, but I'm not trying to do any of that stuff. I'm trying to play it regular. One of my buttons on my controller is broke though, because like I was able to run from battle when I first started playing this game, and now I can't run, and it's because one of these first 2 top buttons is broke. But I can't buy another controller right now until I gotta pay the wife off on all this stuff that I bought recently. I was talking about that a little while ago. I should keep playing so you guys don't have to sit here and just listen to me talk. I'm sorry, guys. It's just that once everyone starts talking in chat, I don't have a bunch of... You guys are my friends, so it's like I'm sitting around talking to my friends. I'll play for a little bit before I talk again. Sorry, guys. Let me go fill up my coffee. And we got maybe 40 minutes left. I do have work tomorrow. What's up, Real Goose? I don't know how you guys feel about this when I like kind of stop playing the game and we just end up chatting in the chat, but I just want to say something about it. I've already said that, like, basically I'm an introvert. I don't have friends. To be fair, I'm not sure that I want friends. I've talked before about how, like, my best friend from high school, I spent years trying to keep our friendship going after high school, and until I finally gave up, basically, because he didn't give a shit about it. So, like, and then my brother was, I prefer the chat, right on. That's kind of where I was getting to with it, is I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I enjoy it a lot. Also, when I try to talk about, like, any kind of conspiracy stuff with, like, my mom or my wife, well, first of all, at work, I have a couple people at work who I can talk about with it, but, like, you got to be careful because you're in the work environment, right? But there's a couple people, like, my boss for driving the bus, he's like in his 70s or 80s, and he's seen everything, so I can, like, me and him shoot the crap all the time. But like, if I'm, like, talking about conspiracy stuff with my wife or my mom, first of all, my wife works really, really, really hard, and when she's off of work, she just wants to relax. So, like, if I start talking about stuff like this with her, it's just overwhelming, and she's just like, listen, I want to listen to you, but no, I don't ever talk about it with the kids. Absolutely not. But she's just, it's overwhelming, and she's like, listen, I would love to listen to you, but, like, and she will for a while, but it's like, it just gets overwhelming. Same thing with my mom. When I try to talk about this type of stuff with her, it just overwhelms her. You know, a lot of it is kind of doomy and gloomy, and no one wants to, like, I think guys are much more willing to, like, dive into doom and gloom than girls are, because girls don't want to feel that emotion, even if they think it's, even if they did think it was reality, they don't want to, they'd almost rather not, they don't care that it's reality. If it is reality, right? They don't care. They want to be in the fluffy world, which I kind of get. I mean, I do kind of get it. I'm not gonna say that I don't understand that perspective. But anyways, so when we're talking about this stuff, I just want y'all to know that, like, it is an outlet for me. It seems like a lot of the people in my chat know about this type of stuff or have, like, kind of dove into it themselves. So not only is it like I get to talk about it myself, but also, like, I get to talk about it with people who have also thought about this stuff. So it's like, it's just very enriching for my soul and spirit to be able to talk about it without, like, turning people off or making them not want to talk to me anymore, or, you know, because when I have talked about it before, like with my wife or my mom about certain things, and I do get them overwhelmed, well, first of all, I'm usually not done wanting to talk about it. Second of all, I feel bad about how I've made them feel. So it's just like so many emotions that go through me when I, like, hit the brick wall of that. So I really enjoy talking about this type of stuff with the chat, is my point. I seriously believe South Park nailed it. We wouldn't feel it. It may have happened all the time in very minor instances and no one notices. Possibly. I seriously believe South Park nailed it. We were seeded by aliens for either an alien reality TV show or experimentation or an examination. I have a relative that thinks that, and we just had a big conversation about that at a dinner the other night with all the family there, and there was some talking about other people were talking about things different that are more superficial, and we were like kind of, I was talking to this person across from me, and they were talking to this person across from them, and I was like, you need to switch me seats, like move, like, because I'm trying to talk to him, you're trying to talk to them, we're crossing each other, we're talking about completely different things, we need to switch seats. Like, it was funny. Building 1 and 2, defying Newton's law of motion, yeah. Although I heard something interesting recently about the whole idea of like thermite or whatever, and I haven't researched this yet, but I heard that the composition of that would be it's like basically steel and rust that like creates that. So the person who was talking about this was like, yeah, you found was it thermite? What did they say they found at the thing? The residues of all the explosives that they thought that they found. Anyways, they were talking about how like that's what happens when you have like molten steel and rust together. So it makes total sense that they found that there, basically. Even that, and I'm just saying that my mind is open to other ideas, although I was totally 100% gung-ho with the whole like loose change 9/11 documentary when I first saw it. And there is like architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth, pilots for 9/11 Truth. I mean, these organizations actually exist. I actually have a DVD of the women, like, are they like press for 9/11 Truth? Press for the Truth? It might be Press for the Truth. It's a documentary about this stuff besides like loose change. Press for the Truth documentary? Is that what it's called? I have a documentary about this besides the loose change. Yeah, 9/11 Press for Truth. I have that documentary literally in my DVDs right there. So, I mean, I was pretty deep into that stuff. Defying Newton's law of motion. Are you saying we're the Jersey Shore for late night alien TV? Hated that stupid show and didn't even watch a single episode. That works as a funny premise, but I wouldn't doubt being alien seated for experiments or exams. Evening, y'all. What's up, Real Goose? You just walked into a shit show. We are just shooting the crap about crazy things. My cam spins if I'm in 3D mode on world map from stick drifts. That's funny. Sup, Goose? I prefer the chat, not the kids, Kaiser. No, LOL. I'm also introverted but can carry on random conversation with people in work, like movies and music are easy topics, but I tend to want to be alone while I work, even outside of work. So these chat environments suit me quite well, and I enjoy it. I've only been doing it for about 3 years or so. My experience, women would like to believe that nothing is wrong with the world, but need that balance a little bit, but it can get frustrating. Yeah, yep. Men can more easily discuss uncomfortable truths and not get emotional. Definitely. But it's nice meeting people all over the place who live completely different lives and work in different industries. Nanothermite. There you go. Nanothermite. So the idea of what this guy was saying is that, let me see, can rusted steel create thermite? Okay, so this is what this says. Mind you, I'm reading an AI overview, and I hate AI overviews. But for the sake of time, because I'm going to get back to the game, I'm just going to dive in with this. It says, yes, rusted steel can be used to create thermite because rust is primarily iron oxide and a key component of thermite. The most common thermite reaction uses a mixture of aluminum powder and iron oxide rust. So basically the dude was saying, like, if you understand the components of what makes thermite, then you would understand that it's actually not weird that if a building got brought down, that you would find that a steel building, mind you, that probably had rust in it. And sometimes, they even purposely rust the steel because it stops further rust. I'm sure you guys have seen like steel poles that are purposely rusted, right? From the manufacturer, because the idea is that it stops further rust in the future. They make like steel electrical poles out of that type of thing. I'm sure you've seen them. I've seen them here in Colorado. But his point was like, yeah, it's not weird that you found that at the scene, and that could be explained in another way besides believing that it was used to bring them down, basically. And fair enough. I mean, I didn't know that. And I actually just learned that like in the last week. Some guy was talking about that. All right, here we go. Words, feelings, so many of them here. What a strange place. Do you think we're welcome here? Does anyone know, first of all, don't tell me whether Ares dies here. But maybe you could just tell me, if I put materia on Ares, am I still going to have it once I get done here? Like, or when Ares dies, even if it's not here at this part, do I still have the materia after she dies? So try not to spoil anything, but if you know the answers to that, that'd be great. Because I'm kind of concerned about putting materia on her. I'm sure you don't lose it, but I'm still worried about it. Kaiser, I know it's going to be tough, but don't give up. We can do it. Where's my controller? There's my controller. We were talking so much, I didn't even know where the controller was at. If any of you guys like the alien stuff, I don't even know if I believe in aliens, to be honest with you. I think it could just as easily be technology that the government has, because I do believe that the government is always, they say that the government's like 50 years ahead of whatever current technology the people know about at the time. I kind of believe that. But what I was going to say is, if you guys like the diving into the alien stuff and you've never seen the documentary about the Phoenix Lights event, it's called Phoenix Lights. It was an event in Phoenix, Arizona, where like thousands and thousands of people saw these lights that seemed like they were alien craft. And and the official government story is that it was a mass hallucination. So if you want to maybe check that out, that's a pretty good one. The official story released is that these thousands and thousands of people who saw these lights in the sky that they thought may be aliens, which again, I think was probably government spacecraft. And maybe it was, maybe it was from a downed alien. I'm not saying that there can't be aliens, it's just that I just don't think, like, what should I say about this? I think there could be aliens, but I don't think that, like, every single time we see some kind of UFO thing, it's an alien. I think that most of the time, we're probably seeing government spacecraft. Now, that could be reverse engineered stuff like from like the Roswell crash or whatever. But I just don't think that I don't think that there's as much activity as we are led to believe sometimes. If that makes sense. That's where I'm at with that. But the Phoenix Lights event is pretty crazy because whether you think it's a government thing or alien spacecraft, the whole idea that they tried to pass it off as a mass hallucination is kind of crazy. They MK Ultra'd the whole town with LSD. Yeah, maybe. From the skies? How'd they do it? How'd they do it? Don't you gotta take LSD? I mean, maybe you could just kind of drop it on them like some Agent Orange, but I don't know that you can do that. All y'all were hallucinating and going nuts. Hundreds of people. Here's video proof. Government, your cameras are crazy too. Yep. What's up, Scully? Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for hanging out. I do think that there's more important things that we should possibly be worried about than conspiracy stuff, like our country being taken from us, freedom of speech being manipulated by both sides of the aisle now. You know, we used to just a couple months ago we would have said it was only one side, and now we can't say that anymore, and that's a big deal. You know, the whole like manifesto and the idea of incrementalism. I think we have bigger problems than conspiracy theories. And especially when we have a youth that actually thinks that like that's the better way to go. I always ask people who think that that's the better way to go if they've ever seen an interview with anyone who came to the United States from a communist country. Because I think that that is possibly the biggest eye-opener that someone maybe could have, is to actually hear someone who like went through it and why they left and how they came here and what freedom means to them. So I think we have much bigger problems than worrying about conspiracies. I mean, I worry about, like, is my son gonna grow up thinking the things that these other kids think? How do I stop that from happening without, like, basically, like, manipulating him myself? Or should I manipulate him myself? Like, these are the things I think about. like, should I be, like, counter manipulating my son so that they can't manipulate him? Or like, it sounds terrible, but this is like stuff that we're really dealing with. Those are the spirit bodies of the ancients. They've been away from their planet for a long time to protect this temple. Over the many years, they've lost the ability to talk. Actually, they didn't need words from the beginning because there was only one objective for those left in the temple. Please talk to me. No good, I don't understand the rest. Are you afraid? Is it because Sephiroth is in the temple or something else? Let's see. Graveyard Kaiser. Graveyard Real Goose. Yo. They MK altered the town with Ellis. All y'all were hallucinating and were going nuts. Hundreds of people. Here's video proof. Government, your cameras are crazy too. Exactly. Holograms, LSD in the water, magic. If Hassan shocked his dog, which he definitely did, and still does. The zombification of the people by doom scrolling clips of puppies, some dumb trend and people getting arrested. You can slap a live with facts, evidence, videos, and first-hand testimonies, and they'll still believe their bullshit. Yeah, they've done a really good job. I used to be like mad and like these guys are the enemies, and now I'm like sad and like, how do we help you find your way out of this? But at the same time, let it be known that conservatives are now censoring the media and letting other people censor the media, and it's just trying to say that like American citizens, like conservatives are trying to say that American citizens shouldn't be able to have their Second Amendment rights anymore. It's a tricky game, and if we're not, I think we should, I'm just gonna say what I think. I think we should be very careful about taking rights no matter who they're from. I don't think we should take rights from our enemies if they're American citizens. Enemies, if you want to call them enemies. But you know, that's kind of like where we're being like pitted against each other, right? So I don't mean enemies. I really don't think you're my enemy. I really don't. I do think that possibly you have a distorted view of what a utopian communist government could look like in the United States, because it's like when people tell you it's like always the same, and then you're like, oh well, that's never been done right. Well, no, it's not. No, it is always the same. Like, it's been done many times. It's always ended the same way. And also, it's like those same people who will say that, they'll look at the right and they'll say, well, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Look, well, yeah, but what you got to understand is if you get your way, absolute power is still going to corrupt absolutely. And look at history. It's like, so you're both sides are kind of playing with fire, and I just think a good middle ground is to say, like, look, I'm on this side, but I don't want your rights taken. And then the other side needs to do the same thing. Like, I'm on this side, but I don't want your rights taken, because the people in power, That's what they want to do, is take our rights away. That's their goal. And they don't care whether it's the right taking the left's rights away or the left taking the rights away. All they care is that they get taken away. So like, we really need to think about that in our daily lives, I think. I think punishments for some things should be harsher. I'm cool with that. I agree. Yeah, definitely. Yep, I agree, Sir Cal. You want to come in and threaten my family, threaten my home, you're an enemy. But that's when people are really an enemy, right? Like a lot of people who were being pitted against. So anyone in here, I know some people in here have probably traveled a lot. Anytime I've ever watched any interviews or talks about people who have traveled a lot, and they ask them oh, well, what are the people like over there? They're like, I always hear the same thing. They're like me and you. They want the same things that me and you want. They want freedom. They want security. They want to be able to take care of their family. They want friends and happiness and joy and and I'm gonna be honest, if you would have heard me a couple months ago, before the Charlie thing, I was much kind of more staunch right. But now I'm starting to see the right try to take rights away, and it's and I almost feel hoodwinked, because I knew better. I if you would have seen me at 19 when I was the conspiracy guy, I was like, listen, two sides of one bird, right? And then you grow up, you get more conservative, and then it's well, wait a minute though. Because now they're trying to take the rights away. And so it's now I'm almost back at that whole two sides of one bird. Better watch out. Better pay attention to what these people are doing. And it's with the more backing that we put behind politicians or certain people, the easier it is for them to do that type of stuff too. So basically, psychological warfare is going on against us, and we really got to stay vigilant and watching it, and try not to think of everyone as our enemy when they're just another person who wants the same things that we want. There was an interview recently that Tim Pool did with Roseanne on the Roseanne show, the Roseanne podcast. And he talks about this in that podcast quite a bit, about about how these people really just want the same thing, but they see it differently. It's pretty good podcast in my opinion. I'm kind of stuck. I knew just a minute ago I found a second path, and then I went back to that cave, and now I have lost that second path. I'm stuck. Who's been watching a lot? New York City will be the common dream of perfection soon. Yeah, that's crazy, man. See, I can agree, I wish we could all agree on things like we don't want to see laws of other cultures in our country. That should be something we can all agree on. That's where I start to think, if you believe that, but the issue is that these people who think this way, instead of just arguing all the time, we actually have to change minds. And that's whole different game. It's much harder than like just it's much harder than just you can't solve it by just arguing. This is why I'm so sick of the debate thing. I mean, besides like all the drama that's been happening on debate, the YouTube debate stuff, I'm also tired of it because it's like we always argue the same exact things and we never get anywhere. And I think I told you guys this on a past stream, but like I actually have solutions that could like meet in the middle of left and right to a lot of these issues that I believe neither side wants to do, but they meet in the middle and they give both sides what they want. And that's not where we're at. That's not, no one's thinking that. No one cares about that. No one's trying to achieve that. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could just fight about it to the death if we want to, if that's what's gonna happen. Doesn't sound fun to me. I have kids, I have children, I care about the other side's lives. I mean, even, I don't want to see you die. Now, I do have to kind of say along with all that does not mean that I won't protect what's mine, and I will. So, and if you put me in that position, I'm gonna have no choice. My wife thought I was crazy. We had a talk the other day. And she thought I was crazy because basically I told her that if I had to, I told her that, I basically told her, like, if a war started and I thought I had to be a part of it in order to like save the country, then I'm probably going to war. And she was like, seriously? And I'm like, yeah. Like, what do you think like when it's time for men to stand up, what do you think? Like, why the hell would I not stand up? Like, who do you think I am? Like, yeah, that, seriously. I think she wanted to think that I would, like, that I don't have a dog in the fight or something. And it's like, no, we all have a dog in this fight. Now, that being said, I'm not saying that I'm gonna like run into like listen, if like Denver's burning down, I'm not saying that I'm like running into Denver and choosing a side. That's not what I mean. I mean like bigger than that. But yeah, at some point there is a threshold. I mean, if it's like, does my son have a future or not, then I'm gonna fight for my son to have a future. I've thought about it, Sir Cal, but the problem with that, one of my big problems with that is, how do I know that power won't corrupt me? Because I like money too. And although, to be fair, I don't like money too much. Look at my life. I play video games and have 2 part-time jobs that neither one of them makes great money. And I get by just fine, right? But I do worry about, like, getting into government, like, what kind of darkness that could lead me into. However, I'm in a great county to do it if I wanted to. When I found out Tim Pool took money from Russia to fund his program and therefore couldn't talk Russia, I jumped off of that train long ago. I'm not a Tim Pool fan, just to clarify. When I tell you that I think that was a good interview, I don't watch Tim Pool. I really don't. I see clips of Tim Pool here and there. I just thought that interview with Roseanne was a good interview. I just want to clarify that. I don't know very much about Tim Pool. I used to watch his shows a little bit here and there, but just to clarify, I'm not like a Tim Pool fan or anything. I just thought that Roseanne show with him was good because he knows a lot of, like, really what I should probably do is watch the show again and, like, verify everything he's saying. But if everything he's saying is legit, it's a really, really good show. When I found out that he took money, I got off that train. This part you will need to find your way. Hard to explain where to go in this MC Escher nightmare, right? That's not 100% true, though. He was paid for content. He was already without any input from tenant people. He was paid for content. He was already without any input from tenant people. Already creating. Oh, okay. He was paid for content he was already creating without any input from them, basically. Okay. I had level 45 party members with 5,000 to 6,000 HP, 500 each, so leave the temple now, buy 9 HP and 9 MP plus his Cosmo Canyon and set 3 of each to each 3 party members now. Okay, he says I'm gonna die. He says I am not ready for this. Well, Aries is definitely not ready for this. I agree with that. But maybe we should just die. I mean, that's fine. Let's go die. It's 11 o'clock now, though, so let's see if I can find a save point. That's what we need to do right now. I will be sure to save on a different save. And then we'll go die a couple times when we play again tomorrow. And then I will just reload a save before I came in here. And I'll go do what you said. Take a picture of it right now. Take a picture of your comment. There we go. I got a picture of your comment. Tomorrow we will reload in the cave because we're already here, and we got no. I'm not scared of dying. And then we'll die a couple times since you say I'm not ready, and you're probably right. And then I will just reload outside of the cave, and I will take your advice. Thank you. I appreciate it. I do. But we gotta die first. We must try. What if I beat it with how my characters are now? Would that be crazy? That'd be super crazy, right? It's possible. Okay, it's not possible according to you, but maybe it's maybe. I really need to find a save point is what I need to do. you are near the exit, not to presume, but maybe your wife's concern is more so that you are a father now, so you have bigger responsibility to stick close to your son and her, not go fight a war in another country. No, game over time. I want to specify. That was actually part of the conversation. I need to specify this. I would never, ever go fight a war over in another country. And it was actually part of the conversation that we had. I told her if a war happened on our soil, I would go to war. If we were invaded, I would go to war. That's a big clarification that needs to be said. I apologize that I didn't say that. I would never, ever go fight a war in another country. I'm not like, they got enough people who can help the empire, okay? What I'm saying is, if it came to us, and it was our land, our kids, our families, I'm going. Should have clarified that. No, the conversation that we had was specifically about if it was here. She thought I was crazy that I would go fight a war even here in our country. I don't think that's crazy at all. I think that if, I think there was even a conversation of I don't want to get into it. I don't want to kind of peg my wife in a certain light. I love her. She's amazing. I just don't think she, because I think from a guy's perspective, we won't agree with it. But it's probably pretty common perspective for women. But she essentially said, stand down. I'll just say that. I couldn't imagine. Oh, my wife's still awake. Uh-oh. We can talk about this, but maybe not here in the stream. Especially not at 11 o'clock at night. Well, I guess you don't have work tomorrow. I guess we could do this if you really want to. It's the full knowledge of the ancients. No, not knowledge, consciousness, a living soul. It's trying to say something. Take your pick. Take your pick. China, Russia, Iran, China, Russia, and Iran. Take your pick. I mean, if you touch the soil, and I'm worried about my kid's future, I'm going to protect it. He's talking about if Wendy's gets taken over and replace their menu with microwave subpar chicken masala with a side of rat legs, it's war. That's right. Sir Cow gets it. Now, if the war was happening in your own country, in the U.S., that's a different story. Now the danger is in your backyard, and you can very much reach your family. Exactly. Okay. I'm not... Yes. She says, ha ha ha. I'm not sure. Oh, she's laughing at Sir Cow's thing, I'm sure. Yeah, time. Meh, but he has good guests and combos normies wouldn't generally see. Yeah, Tim's meh, but he has good guests and combos normies wouldn't generally see. Yep. Danger and evil consciousness. Show. You're going to show me. What's going on? Wait, look, it's showing us. Saying, what's this? Can we find the promised land with this? I wonder. Anyway, we have to report to the president. We gotta find a save spot so I can go to bed. This is a great conversation. I wish I didn't have work in the morning. We could have it all night, but I got responsibilities. Hey, Elena, how about dinner after this job's over? Thank you very much, if I may be excused. Dork. You're supposed to be destroying the world. Stop trying to make out. Is this the promised land? No, it can't be. Uh-oh. You better watch out. If Sephiroth appears with a sword on American soil, I'm going in. So you open the door. Well done. This place, what is it? A lost treasure house of knowledge, the wisdom of the ancients. He's so dramatic. I am becoming one with the planet. One with the planet? You stupid fools, you have never even thought about it. All the spirit energy of this planet, all its wisdom, knowledge, I will meld with it all. I will become one with it. I will become one with it. Will become one with me. You can do that? The way lies here. Only death awaits you all, but do not fear. For it is through death that a new spirit energy is born. Soon you will live again as part of me. Sometimes in between pitching coffee or whatever the new thing every channel is slanging. Sometimes in between pitching coffee or whatever the new thing every channel is slanging. Don't worry, the Minimu recommended level for this dungeon is somewhere between 30 to 35. Most people finish this dungeon in their late 30s or level 40s. Yeah, I kind of thought that he was maybe a little overpowered before he came here. And you know me, I love doing the overpowered thing, but maybe it's time we stop doing that, right? I'm sure you guys probably would like to see me play one of the games without like OPing myself the whole way through it. We'll at least try. I saw it. Where is the room with the pictures on the walls? Almost there. Sephiroth is here, right? No matter what he thinks, it's going to end here. I'm taking him out. I sure hope there's a save. Is there a save point in here? Does anyone know? We're here too, you know. I sure hope there's a save point. This guy? Yes. I was going to say, this guy the save point? Yes, he is. Okay, guys. I am going to finish reading chat. My surprise came from your willingness to fight for an establishment that you have historically been against. That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. Is this all potential invaders or specific ones? She didn't think you were crazy. The new owners of Wendy's is about to take your chicken coop. She thought you were crazy. Yeah, watch your mouth when talking about your wife. I am trying to be as... I don't want to put any words in your mouth that you didn't say. So I'm trying to... I don't remember the conversation 100%. So I'm trying not to put any words in your mouth you didn't say. Yeah, don't peg your wife. She's word choices. Alright, babe. I'm going to head out before you even know I'm here. She whipped out the rubber band and her professional scissors and said, "Stand down. Let's go." What if it's France, Iceland, Japan? I mean, why are they coming here? Yeah, I mean, you touched the soil and now it's on. If their intent is to come here and take out our country, then my intent is to make sure that my kid has a future. Wendy's Sprite is poopy too. Gotta do different voices, LOL. I thought I did pretty good with that. Did I not? Maybe. I mean, I don't really change my voice, but I thought I did pretty good with like the whole evil tone. Agree on the different voices. Seth's all raspy. Know what I mean? I'd pay for some voice acting. LOL. How much would you pay? No, just if you want different voices. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Thanks for the stream. Now, the last 6 episodes of Final Fantasy VI with that mid-season break for construction was great. Awesome. Right on. I thought it was. GG's, night all. Merlin's Wand, thank you. Thank you, everybody. I hope you all have a great day. I will try to be on tonight. The only thing is the voices need work. Thanks, babe. I love you. The only thing is if I start to put together the computer, then I was kind of planning on doing that on this desk, and if I start to do that, we might not have a stream till I finish. And I don't know if I've told you guys this yet, but I'm gonna be trying to make a video when I make this thing. And videos about making these, making computers like this do very, very well. So I am going to be trying to kind of do my best work on the video, which means like getting good shots, hopefully record, like I'm not gonna live stream it. I thought about live streaming it, but then I thought if I really want to get reach on it, it needs to be a video. It probably needs to be edited. It needs to be done as good as I can. I'm not great at this stuff, but I need to do it as good as I can. It needs a proper thumbnail. So we'll probably be playing on it before I even release the video, to be honest. Because I think I'm gonna actually take the time to edit it. I'm gonna try to make sure that I'm getting good shots of putting it together. I'm gonna get myself a good thumbnail for it. It could really help the channel if I do a good video on it. So yeah, that's one situation where, but however, at the same time, we might still have a stream anyways, because I also don't want my son to know about it. So I might work on it, make the video, and then try to get it put away before he comes home from school. So we'll just see. That's my goal, is to try not to let him know about it until it's done, and then this one is in his room basically. and then he'll come home from school, and he'll be like, what? You know, which will be kind of cool. And hopefully he doesn't constantly rage out on Fortnite. But anyways, I hope y'all have a great one. Take it easy, and I hope to see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Mountain Time-ish. Okay? Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. Peace.